Welcome to New Haiti News. I am your host, Maxime Jean-Louis, here to talk about how things are unfolding in Haiti. And today, we're going to talk about a subject that is very important to understand the dynamics of what's going on in Haiti. It's about insecurity. The country today has four forces that are fighting with each other, trying to get control of the situation. The first one is the National Police, Army, BSAP, and the fourth one is Vivre Ensemble. Former President Jean-Bertrand Aristide decided to disband the Army in 1995 because it was involved in a series of coups against established governments. So Jean-Bertrand Aristide thought that the army was a problem for his government. He decided to disband the army, destroy everything that it stood for, and got rid of all the equipment and created the National Police with a decree. The National Police today has about 15,000 members altogether. The last few months has been very difficult for the National Police because many of its members left the country as a result of the program called the Biden program. So active members of the National Police today might be around 8,000. But 8,000 people, police officers to guard over 12 million people is a joke, because how can that be enough to secure 12 million people? But then again, I take that as testimony to the peaceful nature of the people that just prefer to go about their business without interference of anyone. So the National Police has been doing the best, but they are somewhat weak in terms of the capacity to handle the problems that the last few years have brought upon the country, upon the people. The second group we are here to talk about is the Army, that after President Joseph Michel Martelly took office, he decided to reconstruct the Army. And they started with a small group of 300. Today, the Army has a total effective of 1,500 members. However, since that day, he decided to reconstruct the Army, and the national community, mainly the United States, has been against that. They refuse anything to do with the Army, and those 1,500 members have been sitting in the compounds and the training camps without being authorized to do anything, even to help the National Police in the fight against organized gangs. The third group that is very, very powerful in the country is BSAP. BSAP. It's a group that is compared to what we have in the United States as park rangers. It was created by a decree and put into action by former President Jovenel Moïse to protect the environment, the parks, the borders, and any public space that needs to be protected, because people are all over the place cutting trees, little charcoal for cooking, and throwing trash all over the place. So BSAP was created to protect public air spaces. However, over the years, as a result of corruption and lack of supervision by the government, I would say lack of government, BSAP has grown into something that is out of control today. And the directors of this group claim that they have about 28,000 members, up to 28,000 members, who are fully armed, fully equipped, under the Ministry of Environment. But the government doesn't have any control whatsoever. They don't know how to get paid, how they are equipped, and I mean, with those powerful guns and munitions, they don't know where the uniforms come from. The only thing is, it's a force to be reckoned. However, BSAP was not known to the population until around September, when Haitians in the northeast region of the country were trying to create a canal of Massacre River, which originated from Dominican Republic, but crosses the Haitian territory several times. And there was a pact that was signed in 1929 whereby all these rivers that cross both territories, both countries have the same right to use the dam equally. So Dominican Republic already took around 11 canals of that river, but when the Haitians were trying to take the first one in September, all hell broke loose, and the president of Dominican Republic, Louis Abinader, sent armies across the border trying to intimidate Haitians. That was the time that the Haitian population really found out about BSAP. And we're talking about September 2023. But since then, BSAP has been on the side of the people, because the Haitian government, almost nearly all the members, have homes and businesses in Dominican Republic, and many of them have money they receive from the Dominican business sector. So let them use Haiti as their as a Dominican province. So they didn't say anything when the Dominicans were trying to invade the country to stop the creation of the canal. And until today, the current government has not spent a dime on the canal, but the canal is near completion, thanks to the Haitians in the diaspora and many other business people that contribute hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure that the fourth group we talked about is Vivre Ensemble. Vivre Ensemble is an association of all the gangs that are all over the country. They will put together that pact saying that the vow to respect each other's territory, and also I owe you. If you do me a favor, and I'll return the favor. And in other words, if the one gang in one area wants something done in another area which is governed by another gang leader, per the pact, they just call the leader and say, "Hey, give me a free pass, or do this, do that for me," and that's Vivre Ensemble. Everyone has to stay in the capital. The problem with that is the fact that since the values, everything the whole population is doing is centered around Port-au-Prince. So that's why they call it the Republic of Port-au-Prince. So if 75% of the population 85% of the population cannot come to the capital to get the services they need. I mean, well, I'm talking about all the ministries, the airports, the uh, gas terminals. We're talking about to do even a passport, everything. You got to come to Port-au-Prince. Got to go through Port-au-Prince. Now, if Port-au-Prince is not accessible, so basically the whole population is in jail, basically. You got to stay within a few miles boundaries and without being able to do anything. And that has been so for about 30 months since the government of Ariel took office after being accused of taking part in the assassination of Jovenel Moise, who was president. The whole population is demonstrating. Tires burning on the streets, people chanting out Ariel. And there came a leader who was just returned to the country, which I'm going to do a program especially on him. It's this guy. His name is Guy Philippe. So since he came, he strengthened the movement and call it a revolution, where they want to get rid of the entire system of corruption, of politicians that have been around forever. They know that the people will never choose them to lead. So they're looking for any opportunity to get rid of one leader to get the chance to become a leader just by transition after transition after transition. So that's how it's been going. Now, the dangerous part of it is today, the government of Ariel is doing something very dangerous because last month, realizing that BSAP is too close to the population, and that's the only force that's working to support the people, the population, it sent a letter to the general director of BSAP, Jean-Tel, asking him to provide him with the total members that the group has and what kind of guns they have and how they get paid. Now, how can you say that you are running a country? There is a force, a legal force that was created by the same kind of decree that created the national police. How can you run the government and you don't know how many members that force has? You don't know what kind of guns it has, how they get equipped, how they get the uniform, and how much each member gets paid. So the general director decided to object to providing that kind of information because it was considered as a plot for them to disband it, to disband. It was considered as a plot for them to disband the group. So the general director objected to that. And since then, there's been tension. And a few days ago, in around the beginning of February 2024, they sent a letter saying that BSAP is no longer a force that is recognized by the government. So all members of BSAP have to return their guns and come to some kind of office and register themselves and be given new mission. That, as you know, that creates a big problem because, I mean, who has guns in his hands is going to just return it when the entire population is leaving their home, running away for gangs, the families sleeping under the bridge. No one knows when they're going to get to you. It's a chaos there. And those BSAP members, they have their gun, and you ask them to return it and accept to be led by those gangs that are paid and supported by your government? No, that's not going to happen. And that's been the tension between the government and BSAP, and now the government has instructed the national police to arrest any member of BSAP, the fine in uniform and gun on the street, arrest them, and because they are not legitimate, they are not legit. The other day, on the 7th of February 2024, members of the National Police put a trap against a group of BSAP that was coming down from the hills of La Boule, an upscale neighborhood of Pétionville, and without any confrontation whatsoever, they opened fire and killed 5 members of BSAP and arrested several other ones. Now, BSAP and the entire population is inflamed. They are mad. They vow to retaliate. And what's going to happen in the next few days, the next few weeks, no one knows. However, the government vows to fight tooth and nail to stay in power. But staying in power is one thing. But to do what? 30 months, they've proven that they are good for nothing. They don't have any program. They don't have anything to show for the past 30 months that they did. So fighting to stay in power is one thing. But to stay doing what? But still, the international community, mainly the United States, still show strong support behind them and claiming that a transitional government cannot replace a transitional government. So therefore, Ariel has to stay in power until the climate is good enough for election before he can give power to an elected group of people. But if nothing is being done to put the proper security in place, now with 80% of the whole country under siege by gangs, how are you going to ask the people to come and vote? Where are they going to vote? So basically, it's a plot to just do some kind of demagoguery and put their own leader that would continue to do their dirty job, just like Ariel Henry is currently doing. So basically, the people, they are not for that. All they want the government of Ariel to step away from power, let a new group of people put a new government in place, work on security, and allow the whole population to go around freely and establish a climate where elections can be held for the people to choose the elected official, the people they want, the people they like, people they feel comfortable with, not what the United States wants, not what Canada wants, not what France wants, but what the people want to lead them. And that's been a big fight, and that's why we're asking the government of Joe Biden, please stop the blood that's been flowing everywhere in the country. Do something to help Haitians choose their own destiny. Do something for them to create a climate where the children can at least dream of a future. And I know American people, they have big hearts. It's a great people. But some of what the leaders are doing to those small countries, that's not right. And we're asking you to please, elected officials, the senators, or the reps, whoever you might be, ask President Joe Biden to fix that Haitian problem, to stop supporting Ariel and let the Haitian people take care of their own country. And that would help keeping Haitians home. Because everybody's talking Haiti, Haitians are invading the country, are doing this and doing that. I can understand that. But if you were in the same situation, you would do the same too. Because when you don't have security, when you're hungry, anything is good. So the gangs, which is the fourth group, Vivre Ensemble, they are right now, they are being paid by the government of Ariel to wear police uniforms, to go all around and break those demonstrations. And demonstration by the public is a right guaranteed under the Constitution. So a lot of members of those gang groups, they are paid to wear those police uniforms. And that's where the danger lies. You're being attacked, you don't know if it's real police or gangs. And Ariel and his members, they are financing those gangs to get those people out of the streets and then just wait forever. It cannot continue to be like that. And we encourage the international community, mainly the USA, to stop supporting Ariel and provide those people a chance to live as humans. Please help share this video, like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and distribute those videos so that every single member of the English-speaking population can see it and hear the situation. Because as I said, the main purpose of the creation of this channel is to expose what's going on in Haiti to the rest of the world. Though Haitians, there are plenty of Haitian news influencers that are bringing the news to Haitians in Haitian Creole, but English, there are not so many. And that's why I took it upon myself. I have a few other people that are working in the background to make this happen. But we hope this can bring some relief to the people. Thank you for listening. And again, my name is Maxime Jean-Louis, to serve you. Have a nice one.